Warning, this podcast contains a double eviction.
Good evening, and welcome back to Big Brother, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for #BB19. I am your host, Big Brother superfan and podcast historian Luke Labagnera, coming to you live from East Haven, Connecticut. Also joining me tonight, once again, are our fellow Big Brother podcast superfans and historians. Coming to you live from East Haven, Connecticut, Dom Greco.
Hello.
And coming to you live from, and also coming to you live from Los Angeles, California, Jacob Salazar. Welcome back, Big Brother fans.
How's it going?
So,
we use that term lightly here. I hate the show.
It's a love-hate relationship.
No, Big
So
Brother,
right now
lose my
we-
number.
That's right. And we do have a love-hate relationship with Big Brother, so I think we have pretty much a lot to cover. So let's say we get down to business. I want to put you boys in the hot seat again tonight, starting with the unexpected double eviction. So let's put you boys in the hot seat. Who wants to go first?
2 weeks of Big Brother in one night.
A week's worth
Or
of
a
Big
week's
Brother
worth,
in
yeah.
1 hour.
Yeah. It's kind of crazy. So we had who was on the block going into it? We had Elena and Cody.
We had Mark and Elena, and Cody went in as the third special nominee for losing the temptation competition, and that was the noisy neighbor competition, and that was annoying.
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's kind of because we had the what was it? The veto was what going into that.
It was the white elephant competition veto, and I have to say
Oh,
that.
I do love those.
What'd you say?
I do love the white elephant competition.
Me too. You get to trade.
Yeah.
So let me ask you guys this though.
That
Towards
started
the
a
end of
lot of trouble, though.
I mean,
did.
it always does, and this is why I like it.
Yeah, exactly.
But it
like
caused
Jake-
trouble for the wrong reasons. Not really the wrong reasons, but the wrong reasons to me, because, like, this was... Okay, so I have props, y'all, today.
Let's see
So
'em.
whenever you say something, and I feel like I'm going to say something shady, and I will probably say it anyway, but we will also be, I will also be assisted with some props today. So this is a bullshit paddle, and we will hold this up whenever someone says something stupid as fuck.
It looks like
anyway.
a pile of poop.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, I knew that was coming, Dom.
Yes. So that's what that
This
is.
When we're live.
And then when we talk about another house guest doing certain things, we will hold up this side.
Choices.
That's choices.
I like that.
Yeah, so we had
And what-
at the end of the competition we had Elena, and we had Alex,
Elena, Alex.
and they cut a deal where they wouldn't punish each other, and they were guaranteed that neither of them would be punished. Sounds like a good idea, right?
And like Jacob is pointing out, it's bullshit. And why is that, Jacob? Choices.
Because choices.
Because Elena
Made a
is
stupid
a
choice.
greedy motherfucker.
She did. She took $5,000 from Alex and gave her the punishment, which was a camp leader. She had to carry all that heavy camping shit around, and every time she would hear the bugle or whatever that was called, or the horn,
Yep.
she had to literally set up a whole tent and cook 11 hot dogs, and when she was done, pack it all up again. She couldn't leave it out, and every 2 minutes it had happened after she would put everything away 2 minutes beforehand. Now that would piss me off, and I would see why Alex would want to target Elena after that.
Yeah. I mean, but it wasn't even like 5 minutes after Elena was just like, yeah, let's make a deal not to do this. And then Elena's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to do what I just said we're not going to do.
Right, I mean, she basically just threw it in her face, but like Mike Boogie Malin says, "This is Big Brother. You can bounce checks." I mean, am I right?
You can do whatever you want in this game.
You can,
Yeah.
but there's
owes
consequences.
you anything. Yes. There are consequences. Yeah. Nobody owes you anything in this game. You don't owe anybody in this game.
No, because technically, guys,
but,
they're playing...
Yeah, but like Dom said, there are consequences. What you do in this game has consequences, and you're always going to get a reaction from people, whether it be good or bad. You need to be aware of all of this when you are making your choices.
I just love how Cody was like, take the money. And then she takes the money, and then she goes to talk to Cody later, and she's like, did taking the money paint a bigger target on my back? And he's like, yeah.
Because Cody was trying to get the target off of his back, which in the end didn't work, and we'll get to that in a minute. But, like you say, in the Big Brother house, you make your own choices. You're playing your own game, practically. You may have allies, but I think you'll be paired up into groups, and bless you, whoever sneezed. But yeah, so going into that, Alex and I believe it was Jason ended up in the storage room after the competition, and she's like, she is literally a backstabber and a snake. She threw me out there. She broke our deal. We had a deal that we would not punish each other, and look what she does. She takes $5,000 from me. How was that?
It looks like we lost Luke.
Bullshit.
Oh, Luke's back. Okay.
I'm here.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Like I said,
that is
like
bullshit.
I warned you guys before we went on here, it was my... Yeah, but what's the bullshit part? I mean, like, fill me in here.
Nobody owes you anything in this game. And Alex, in general, is full of bullshit because just the shit that went down this week and in these past episodes, and some of, like, the fights that were ignited in the house stemmed from Alex, and I have no idea what these fights were about. Somebody stole Pop-Tarts or something. I don't know. She's petty as fuck.
No, we had that situation with Kevin, right? And Kevin's like, they're like, oh, Kevin's lying. Kevin knows Derek. Kevin's an undercover cop. So now when Alex started talking to rodeo clown, what's his name?
Jason.
When Alex started talking to Jason about this, and Jason goes back and talks to Kevin about it to try to give him like a heads up, Alex gets furious. So she clearly said, I'm taking the most petty thing that's barely even bothering me and turning it into something huge because I can't let Kevin know what we really think about him. Yeah, you can. Yeah. You can let Kevin know and give him a chance to explain himself. You know?
But I think she wanted less of a target on her back if she tried to start an argument. And I have to say,
yeah, but you're reaching really far.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sitting here the whole time going, do not blow up Kevin's game like this. Like Kevin does not deserve it after this. Kevin's been laying low. Right. I like Kevin. Leave Kevin alone.
Yeah, Kevin I like too. If he doesn't win the game. Look, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I posted this online, but I was debating whether to vote for America's favorite player if they don't win the game. For America's favorite house guest, I was debating between Jessica or Kevin.
I choose Jessica over Kevin.
So would I.
Jessica?
Yep.
Yeah, Jessica would be a better choice because she had the villainous side of her, but she also played a game, and she didn't always take things personally. Cody took things personally, but Cody is a sociopath. I'm sorry. Jessica's not. Jessica had a heart and actually played this game and did make some allies. She did show that she did make some allies if Cody was gone. And when Cody was gone before the battle back, she did kind of throw herself out there and made some allies in this game.
Yeah. I mean, we did lose Cody here after, everything was all said and done.
All hope is lost.
Did you guys hear the rumors that Jessica may have been pregnant with Cody's baby upon eviction?
Yes.
I've heard about this. I don't know how true that is.
I don't know how true obviously nobody's going to know right now anyway. But it was the point where they were joking around, Cody was rubbing her stomach and they were, picking out baby names and stuff like that. So
I don't know. I think if
It's
she
hard to
was
tell.
pregnant, she would know about it. Because like I'm sure they would have to give you a pregnancy test in the house, right?
Yeah,
I don't think so.
I mean, like
They
as someone who is not a woman, but I would imagine if you are a woman and you're having these symptoms, you would like to know.
I think if she was in the house longer, but to be honest, at the point in which so apparently as the rumors are going, she went into the house with 30 days worth of birth control.
Yeah.
right.
You typically don't know if you're pregnant for a few weeks. So that being said, we're at 8 weeks in the house. She left on week 7. She had enough to get her through week 4. So that was 2 to 3 weeks in the house that she was susceptible to even get pregnant. And in that period, it's too soon for her to know.
Right.
So while she was in the house, no, we would not have found out.
That's right. So it all depends on whether we know by reading the news or reading whatever somebody posts on social media. That's the only way we could find out, right?
If we were to find out, if we're ever going to, and if it's going to be during the show, it would be at the finale. Or like that little recap that we have when like they talk to all the jury members.
That's right. Another thing too is
Well, Jess isn't in jury, so we might not find out then.
well, she is going to be there on finale night because they do bring the pre-jurors back on finale night, so they may say something or they may not. But another thing too is getting into the double eviction. Everything went as planned through. Now, whose HOH was it that the first double eviction took place? Was it Alex? It was Alex's HOH, right?
Yes. No?
Yes, Alex was the outgoing HOH for the first part of the double eviction.
Yes.
So it was by a. Now I want to talk about this once we get into it. So as Julie Chen says, house guests. Just a reminder: when I reveal the vote, the evicted house guest will only have just a few moments to say goodbye, gather his or her belongings, and walk out the front door. By a vote of 7-0 to 0, Cody, you are evicted from the Big Brother house. And what did you guys think of his exit choices?
Fantastic.
These are good choices, though. But what were not good choices were, I think it was Jason and Alex, who I don't know who came up with this stupid ass idea. It was probably Alex, but Alex and Jason were doing this thing. They were doing these like hand gestures. I don't know what they were doing, but they were doing it towards Cody, and like there were talks about how like everybody was going to do this like during his speech, making these lewd hand gestures. And I think production said, no, you're not going to do that. So like those two were like the only ones who didn't get the memo. So like they were making these gestures towards Cody and like, y'all fucking grow up.
Yeah, I mean, who are the immature ones here? Alex and Jason, they were overreacting pretty much.
Yeah, but you know what? Cody was like, I ain't going to take any of, the shit that y'all throw at me. I'm jumping over the damn table. Thank God it didn't break. And walked out the door.
Thought that.
Yeah,
I thought
could you imagine if it broke?
I was not worried about it breaking. I was worried about it flipping.
Yeah, could you imagine, though, if it did break into a million pieces? Could you imagine what would happen?
It's tempered glass. It wasn't going to do that on his weight, but it very well could have flipped, depending on where it's balanced and all that. So
right, it could have flipped and he could have like fell.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you know something? Cody's exit was right. I mean, like Jacob even pointed out, he likes Cody because Cody doesn't sugarcoat anything. I mean, Cody's like,
Cody
I don't like any of you. I'm not saying.
He walked out of the house saying, I
He
hate
just
everyone
walked
in that
out.
house. So if you
does. I
hate
hate
everyone in the house, why would you even fake a goodbye? Like, fake that you even cared.
Because a lot of the past house guests, if you notice, they have faked goodbyes. Either that or they just passed the ones they didn't like and hugged everybody else. He just went right out the front door.
Yep.
Well, he's like, I am sick of your ugly faces and your dull personalities. All the fuck. I've been in this house for however many weeks. I honestly lost track at this point.
Right.
But y'all fucking pains in the asses.
Right, and I don't blame him for walking out that way. I mean, what was your reaction when, during his eviction interview, he actually just came out and said this without giving it a thought? When Julie asked, "Are you going to marry Jessica?" he just point out blank said yes.
You need to think about this, dude. Like, you two are cute, but
he doesn't.
You don't know if she's gonna say yes.
I think she is.
He doesn't really
And I think
know
he's
her.
gonna-
He met
I
her
think he's
like
gonna-
60 days ago.
Yeah, but like
I know,
Brendan
but you
and
know
Rachel.
how crazy and the
Yeah, I mean, in that house, it's basically. I mean, people do form friendships, really strong friendships in the house. It's like summer camp, but like really, really intense summer camp. And, everything in that house is so much, it's everything in real life times 10 in that house.
Well,
The relationships do form quickly.
You're also, like in a typical relationship, when you meet somebody, you go grab some drinks, grab some dinner, grab some food, depending on which date it is and how crazy the people, you may spend a night with them right off the bat, whatever, but, you're not spending 24 hours a day for 60 days in a row with them.
Yes. Which could be a good thing or a bad thing. And I think they've both seen the ugly. And if we can get past that, then you guys are going to be good.
Mm-hmm.
But take your time, Cody. Just saying.
Yep.
Yeah, well, we'll see how this happens. It's all about choices. But like I've told you guys before, Big Brother has made successful marriages in the past.
Yes, which have lasted.
Which have lasted. Brendan and Rachel, Jeff and Jordan, Dominic and Danielle.
There have been showmances that haven't lasted past the show, but like so far, the ones who have gotten married have stayed married.
Yeah.
Right, which is a big success, especially coming out of a social experiment.
And they all have children.
Yep, that's right.
True. And if the rumors are true that Jess is pregnant and everything, that actually would make her and Cody the first couple to
conceive on the show.
To have a child in the house.
Yeah.
Well, to conceive, in other words,
and,
yeah.
And you thank God that this game isn't 10 months long.
That's right. Oh God, then we'd really be screwed into.
We'd be running into competitions where Jess would have to function like Christmas, where you just can't participate in certain competitions because you are not medically cleared.
Can we talk about Christmas?
We can.
Yeah, sure.
Poor Christmas. I mean, I don't like her, but poor Christmas. You're kind
You
of.
don't like her, too.
Well, I don't know. I don't know about Christmas anymore. But I feel kind of bad because I think she could be like a great player in this game. She just can't do shit right now. And I think if Paul, well, right now the only people in the house are couples. Except for like Alex and
power
Jason.
Couples. They're not.
Yeah.
They're not couples.
But like also showmances. And Paul's best bet to making it towards the very, very end is, I think, to go with Josh and Christmas.
Yes.
If he goes with any of the other ones, when it comes to the final three, if half of the showmans wins, or like half of the partners win, they're going to choose the other person. They're not choosing Paul.
Yep.
So I think his best bet is to go with Josh and Christmas and stick with them. He can say whatever he wants to the other house guests, but like have Christmas and Josh be your ride or die and take them to the end, because Christmas can't do the physical challenge and the other one is Josh. So I think he's got it in the bag to win the final HOH.
Oh, for sure.
Right, but
he like so if he goes in for the final thing and he goes in with them, Christmas is not gonna be able to compete in most of it anyway. So she's gonna not carry on by default. So it's gonna be between Josh and Paul. And I see Paul choosing Josh as his number 2, simply because a lot of people in the house do not like Josh, so he's not going to get the votes.
But I think Christmas could get the votes. But honestly, I think
she would too.
I think she's like right on she's right on the edge right there. But I think ultimately Paul will win, because it's this season, but everyone needs to start realizing right now, if they don't do it right now, they're all losing this game.
They are.
You need to get Paul out of this game, and I don't want that to happen because he's like the only one worthy of winning at this point. But, and I use that term very loosely, worthy of winning, because Paul, you really aren't doing anything. Everybody's like doing everything for you.
But at the same time, none of them are playing.
Exactly. He's the only one who's actually planning out things. He's just not doing it himself, but he has a plan. And honestly, I won't be satisfied with anyone else winning unless something happens between now and the end of this season where like somebody comes out of their fucking shell and does something. Get off your fucking ass.
I wouldn't be mad if Kevin won.
I would be mad if Kevin won. I'm sorry. I know a lot of people love Kevin. I love Kevin too.
And I would not be mad if Christmas won.
I don't know about Christmas. I'll have to see more Christmas maybe.
But
Kevin,
I was hoping that Christmas winning the second double eviction head of household competition, I was hoping that she was gonna try to backdoor Paul, because she's talked about this in the past. That somebody had to make a big move. Yeah. Paul's running the game. Somebody's got to take a shot. So I was really hoping Christmas was gonna be the one to do that. And then I saw the point of her picking these two people. I'm like, it's interesting that Paul's never one of the pawns. He's never even in consideration for one of the pawns. So I said, maybe she'll decide to backdoor Paul and, convince everybody to take a big target out. And then you go and have the new Apple Temptation tree come along, and you have Mark take the first apple. And he gets basically an immunity for Paul. So Paul is safe this week. Cannot get thrown on the block. So
because of course.
Right.
Well, who else was he going to give it to, honestly? Like, he's screwed either way. He has to give it to somebody. This is like a... Yeah.
I understand.
So, right. I mean, I was trying to understand why did he give it to Paul, and I think I know why. For one, because he had to pick somebody. Like, he couldn't just, like, not give it to somebody, but... I think he chose Paul because nobody was going to put Paul up anyway.
Right.
I think if anyone was to get Paul out of this house, it would be Christmas, but she wasn't going to do it.
I don't know. She could have planned to do it as a backdoor plan, last minute kind of deal, but now that's not even an option.
Yeah, you got a good point.
And I think if he had given the safety to someone else, he might have like stirred up some shit, and someone would have gotten pissed off. So I think like Paul was like the safest bet for him.
He even said Paul gave him friendship. He wanted to be able to return the favor. So
that's the bullshit answer. That's the bullshit pageant answer. That's what
it is. But then in the diary room, he like confessed that was still something that he really wanted to do because he promised Paul, that he would repay him for that at some point. So.
Yeah, and Mark wanted to show that he's a man of his word.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Which is bullshit, as, Jacob is pointing out. Going into the second part of the double eviction, which is a week's worth of Big Brother in 1 hour, it was Jason who became the new head of household for that brief period of time. And I actually liked his speech. He put up, once again, the showmance, Marlena, and that was the end of the, and Jacob's making a face. Why, Jacob?
I did not like the speech.
You did not? Why didn't you like his speech? Let's hear it.
We're gonna hang out New Year's Eve, right, bitch? Shut up.
Like he was just yapping away and made no sense, basically.
Exactly. Right? That's what everybody does on this season. They talk for 3 straight hours, but there's no substance in what they're saying.
Oh, right. Well, that's a good way of putting it, and especially wearing that extrematard outfit that he was given that he has to wear for a week, which is another punishment.
Oh, yeah, but he's feeling himself, But just whatever...
Jason is dreaming extremely.
Extreme.
You get it? Because there's an X on his head.
That's right. He is loud.
These costumes, I swear, they call them punishments. They're not. They don't do anything.
What do you think of the costumes? You think they're a good idea? You think they're stupid?
I think you should just get rid of the costumes. I mean, they're fun for like the minute they put them on,
I
and
think they're
then like
fine because they're only lasting for a week. You know,
Right.
it's nothing crazy. Like I loved the week where we saw Cody as a toad. Like
Yeah, that was cute. I loved that.
it was just hysterical seeing his miserable face stuck inside of a frog.
it looks like the frog is eating him the way that the
Yeah.
frog
Yeah.
Yeah.
that comes out.
So I don't know. I like the extreme attire because there was more to it. There's like you have to do this with it. You know, you have to scream out every time the announcer announces whatever you're doing. You know, he is peeing extreme.
That's right. Kind of like that holla that Derek was given on season 16. So going into now that the nominees have been set in place, we went into the next Power of Veto competition, which was a puzzle competition, and I have to say those puzzles looked pretty easy, but But maybe to the naked eye they look easy, but maybe physically they're not.
When you they do similar, this is a straight up survivor challenge. These puzzles, they look simple, but honestly, the way that these puzzles are done, they're cut in a way that they can fit multiple ways. So at one point, there's 10 pieces, there could be 9 pieces that fit perfectly together, but you did it wrong, so the one piece that you need is not going to fit no matter which way you turn it, so then you have to do the whole thing over again. That's how these puzzles work. So yeah, they would seem easy, but like honestly, you could mess up. Like, however, depending on how many pieces you have, even if you have like 4 pieces, you could still mess up. That's 4 factorial, whatever, you know,
Yeah.
somebody do the math for me. That's how many times you can fail.
Yeah.
That's right. So, with by a close hand, congratulations, Mark. You have won the Golden Power of Veto. So now we obviously know if you have the Power of Veto and you're on the block, it's only natural that you will use it to save yourself. So Mark decided to use the Power of Veto to save himself. So Jason had decided to name Matt as not only a pawn, but as a replacement nominee as well.
Right.
So, now, getting things rolling, they have decided, well, as we said, it's a week's worth of Big Brother in 1 hour. I can't even talk because it's like so fast. So once again, house guests, the votes are in. Just a reminder, when I reveal the vote, or when Julie reveals the vote, the evicted house guest will only have just a few moments to say goodbye, gather his or her belongings, and walk out the front door by a vote of 6-1. Elena, you are evicted from the Big Brother house.
See ya.
So, yep, another
At least Cody's gonna have
an ally.
friend. I want to
A friend.
say in jury, if he can call Elena a friend, but
He can. I think he can.
They were friends
They-
in the house. Like not the closest of friends. Like they didn't hang out because you know Elena and Mark wanted to distance themselves from Cody and Jess, but like they're still human.
yeah.
They are.
One
think-
of my favorite things is now when we go back later this coming week, and we see the jury house and we see what they're doing, just hanging out and watching, and their reactions to the way things are happening in the house, and they get to kind of see that. So
And how the particular juror who came that week, how they got out.
yeah,
I always
Now-
love seeing that.
I'm curious. I know they don't up to the point where the person comes in the house. They get the tape to watch. But do they get access
Yeah.
to feeds at all to watch?
No.
Not feeds. You get whatever footage. They're watching the episode, basically, to
Right.
see like how that particular person got evicted. They don't get feeds, so like they don't get like anything current that's going on in the house while they're in jury. The only thing they get is that video, and they get a couple of movies to watch. But that's it.
Yeah, no cable, in other words, yeah. But there's a lot more to do in Jury House. I mean, you have a bit more freedom. You're not closed
Yeah,
off the outside
can-
world, right?
You get a pen and paper, for one.
Or a
there's-
coloring book.
Yeah, like they give you you still don't have access to internet or anything like that. But you are in jury. You are given more food and beds to sleep in. You get your own bed.
Right.
And you don't have to wake up at certain times for certain challenges. And I think you request a movie and they will let you watch it.
Right, like a DVD on a TV with no cable. Like me, for example,
Yeah.
I have no cable in my room. I can only watch DVDs and Blu-rays, so stuff like that.
Yep.
See, I think in Jury House, I think it would be less boring. I mean, not that they're bored inside the actual Big Brother house, but they'd have a bit more access to what they could have without being bored all the time.
At least now, on the bright side, if Paul does get evicted at some point within the next coming weeks, then he could experience the full side of Big Brother, because Paul's never been to the jury house.
I don't think.
Nope, he hasn't. He ended up in Final 2 and he lost. But
Who
When
wants to go to jury house? That sucks.
It's still
yeah,
part of the house
freedom.
that he doesn't know.
Well, nobody wants. The problem is you don't want to know that house.
right, I mean, who wants to know that house? Because you want to be there to win, right?
I don't know,
mean,
he keeps
I
claiming
think-
he's a Big Brother veteran, but there's a whole side of the game he's never even experienced.
Well, that's a good thing, though.
Yeah. I mean, if he were to make it to Final 2 and get runner-up again, that would be
Oh, I
that
would
would make
love it.
Big Brother history. That would
And
make
then they would invite him back again until he won.
that would be crazy. I mean,
They do this all the time on Survivor. They bring back people specifically who made it to the end, didn't win, and they keep bringing them back, and it's fucking annoying. I don't want them to do this.
do they
I think Paul has run its course.
Right, but Jacob, let me ask you this, not to get off track, but do they consider bringing people back on Survivor? Do they call them veterans as well?
They call them veterans. They call them. I don't know why they use this term because it doesn't always apply, but they call them favorites. And when they bring a certain person back, and they've done this before where they've brought back like 2 veterans to play with a bunch of newbies, and see in Survivor there's 2 teams, so they'll usually bring 2 veterans, and those 2 veterans go off to the separate team. Or there are times where they have 1 team of veterans, 1 team of newbies, or there's just All Stars where they just bring just
Everybody
pure
back.
veterans back.
Here's the other thing, too, though. Well, another thing, too, that you mentioned that. I think next summer on Big Brother 20, I think it's going to be an all-star season because this is the Big 2-0 season.
Yeah, it's an anniversary, so they got to do something. Do another
Right.
All Stars if you can. But here's something I want them to do for Big Brother, and they haven't done it yet. And I think because Survivor has been on longer than Big Brother, Survivor has done a lot of different dynamics to change up the game. So Survivor did what is regarded as probably the number 2 or number 1 best season of Survivor, and it was the 20th season, and it was Survivor heroes versus villains. So what were considered the heroes of the show were on one tribe and the villains were on the other tribe, and the villains were the best at the game because they have no morals. But I would love to see that for this show.
So would I.
All they have to do is do winners versus losers. Get all the winners of Big Brother in one house, and then put in the jury house all the losers, and have them compete against each other in full aspects, full games, full everything, and then merge the houses.
They should. Julie Chen hinted in a news feed that I read that she wants live feed jury house. She wants live feeds from the jury house, which I think is stupid. I mean, what do you guys think?
I there's nothing. Well, because there's no game. I mean, there's some game talk in the jury house of who are we voting for, but other than that, they're not really talking about strategy or anything. And I think that would be boring. They're just kind of sitting around doing nothing because they can fucking relax.
Yeah, because I think there's less of a pressure cooker on you when you're in the jury house. It's all over, basically. There's no pressure. Do we have anything else specifically to cover tonight, or are we all set?
Just another wish list that I want them to do on Big Brother, because they've also done this on Survivor 2. They've done this on multiple occasions. They call it Blood versus Water, where
That's
they
that.
have So they have family members. Well, the original concept for Survivor Blood versus Water, they'd never actually done it because like the concept was like screwed up because like somebody had to like go harm early. But the original concept for Blood versus Water was you have a team of people who, so you're playing in partners. So you have the people who are related to each other. So you have like, you know, a pairing of like a mother and a daughter or a brother and a sister, you know, people who are related by blood. And then on the other team, you have people who are not related by blood, but like they're like, you know, romantic partners or like, you know, best friends, you know, like your wives and your husbands, or, you know, your boyfriend or your girlfriend, or your boyfriend and your boyfriend, however, you know, that dynamic works out. I would like to see that too, but like Big Brother doesn't do teams like that. But, you know, it's just something interesting that, you know, Big Brother can start experimenting with now that we're getting to the Big 2-0. So, like, you know, people don't want to keep seeing the same thing over and over again. So, you know, try to, like, switch it up.
Yep.
I agree. That's something I would like to see.
But yeah,
anything else?
We didn't even discuss Derek.
Derek, oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. I wonder why.
Levasseur came
He's
back.
He's so memorable and, like, so interesting.
I love Derek Levasseur. I mean, Jacob, we brought this up on the podcast back on season 17 on premiere night, but I showed it to Dom and Danny. Derek and Cody, make a long story short, they found out about me through this friend that my mother used to work with. My mother's, this girl that used to work with my mother, she, make a long story short, she met them personally, and she told them about me, and they said, let's make an autograph video for him and send it to him. So they did, and I actually gotten that from them, and it was so nice of them to do that. I didn't even ask for that. I woke up one morning, it was, believe it or not, it was April Fool's Day of 2015. I opened my phone, and there's a number I don't recognize. It was my mother's friends, but then I click on the text message, I look at it, and there's the video. I'm like, that's Derek and Cody from Big Brother Season 16. I hit the video, they say my name, and then they send me a nice message. I'm like, oh my God. That was the best. You know what? I have that video to this day. I watch it every now and then for inspiration. It is awesome.
I hope you have that saved somewhere on like a thumb drive.
I do, because that's not going anywhere. That's a treasure to me. And I met Frankie Grande in person in March of 2015.
That's great. Nice. That's great too.
I got 3 pictures with him.
Oh, Frankie.
Frankie, oh my God.
Frankie.
Yeah, but listen though. Look, I'll be honest with you guys. A lot of people disliked Frankie. It's not bullshit. If you met him in person, you would realize
he himself is bullshit.
But he's as sweet as cherry pie. And don't do it. Don't put up that sign again, because it ain't bullshit. I've seen it for myself. Yeah. Anything else you boys want to add, or
I'm just saying, some people put on facades for certain people who like their work.
Well, Derek came in, and we did kind of like one of those recap episodes, you know, where we went in and talked about different things. But then the most important part was he came in to host the new head of household competition.
Because we needed that.
We did. I mean,
we were just talking about this. Did we not just discuss last week that they needed to bring one of the former people back, you know, to
but you brought back this one.
No, I thought it was a good idea. I mean, they have to bring back a winner. They brought back Nicole for the first HOH competition.
I mean, I think it's really about who's available. Because personally, there are some winners of this show who I would like to see host the show in general.
Right.
Right. One question: where's Rachel Riley?
I don't know, but I would like to have her come and.
It's not Big Brother without Rachel Riley.
Well, yes, it is, but you know, we're better off for her. I think there are so many other winners that you could bring back who can like fucking host this show, because like we have fucking Julie, and then you have Jeff hosting like the after show, and like, you know, that's a whole nother thing.
Jordan, could you see Jordan doing the hosting?
I could see Jordan doing the hosting. I think like her little southern charm might be nice.
I do too.
But what did you guys think about the actual head of household competition?
I thought it was pretty cool, the decoding. I mean, if you have that, I have a little bit of nerd in me, so I kind of like how they did it. You know, how it was played off, the decoding.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. This challenge was called Tales from Decrypt.
You have to decrypt the message, a decrypted
Yes,
message.
yes,
right?
Big Brother. I see what you're doing.
Terrible puns. I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
I do too.
But
And you can actually
Paul
do that.
intentionally throwing that competition to Christmas.
How did they? Did
And
they
Christmas
actually-
not being competent.
It was just like,
Yeah, well, that's true. But do you think they could actually tell from the sidelines that Paul was going to actually throw this? They could tell he
They
was.
knew.
everybody
they-
knew as soon as he picked Cameron.
He fucking
Just threw it.
He
It's
knew
bullshit.
the answer was Jess, right? He knew
Right.
that for a fact. So he
Mhm.
picks Cameron, who it could not possibly be. So it looks like,
No.
yeah, of course he threw it. He could have picked anybody else, and
The choice.
you know, I don't know. I would have picked like Cody or something.
Yeah, but like just Christmas was not getting it. Like, is she this fucking stupid? Like, is this injury going to your brain, girl? I'm so sorry.
Right. I mean, Paul's sitting there like, come on, we don't have all night. Get your answer. He's like, whatever, I'm just going to hit my button. That's it. Give it to her.
I don't even remember what the question was.
Neither do I. Do you, Jacob?
No, like I blanked out at this point.
Me too. I think we're all kind of
It was
blanking
like
out at this point.
fifth evicted or fifth something, not evicted, but fifth.
Something that was not Cameron that clearly,
Right, but still, so
These-
I
these
understand
questions are not
Christmas
hard.
may be trying to process this in her head and try to count things out, and that's why she was taking so long. It's not that she didn't have the correct answer or wouldn't have came up with it. Paul clearly had it faster. Paul's done this kind of stuff before, so he's paying more attention. Not everybody in the house can remember everything that's happened when they're there.
And some of them are just
You know.
stupid.
Right.
I don't know. I think me personally, I would the most trouble I would have in the house are competitions where I had to remember which person was done, with this and that and that. Like, if you ask me who the seventh, power of veto holder was or something like that, I'm gonna sit there and go, which week are we on? How many have we had? Like,
What game are we playing?
It's gonna take me some time to figure out who the seventh holder is, because I'm not counting that stuff while I'm in the house. I'm not keeping track.
Nobody.
No.
is.
So
Nobody is. No.
Well, Paul is.
Right.
But then you see Josh, who's sitting in the green apple room, and he's like, I know exactly how many apples are in this room. And I think that's going to come up later, and that's going to really help Josh.
If Josh were to win this game, how would you feel?
Cheated.
You think so? You, Jacob?
Cheated and lied to.
And pissed.
I think I would quit the show. Unless Rachel Riley came back, but
I miss
I'd be pissed off, and I would, there'd be some riots going on, but ultimately,
Make sure
it's a show.
if Josh
It's a
is in
show.
the final three, I will make sure during the live finale that I will be
I
eating
will
a
get
nice
tickets.
big meatball sandwich.
I will get
Me
tickets
too.
to the show.
Oh, yeah.
I won't get tickets to the show, and I'll just wait for somebody to leave the gate open, and I will go to the stage myself. And I don't care how they fucking do the nominations. I am fucking whoever is up there against Josh. I don't care who it is. It may
Oh.
not be Paul. It could be somebody else. It could be fucking Raven. Raven who? I don't know, but she could be over Josh. I don't care.
Yeah, but if
Nevermore.
remember, if Josh is in the final two, you know whose vote he's not going to get? Cody's. Cody
Oh.
can't stand him.
I never even remembered that Raven is even in the house.
Neither do I, or Matt for that matter.
Matt, because he's a pawn and he's been on the block, I recognize him now. But
Matt is one of those guys who is so nice it's boring.
yeah,
Yeah, but I like him, and the cereal
He's
eater.
like-
Oh my
he's like-
god,
he's
that
like-
guy
he's-
consumed cereal.
He's bread. You know
But
what he is? He's bread.
I really liked in the recap that they were showing when they were like, Mark, when Ramsey was like, yeah, Mark has got the body. If she had Paul's tattoos and facial. Oh my god, I just described Mark, or
Matt.
Yeah, Matt. And I was just like, oh my god,
exactly. Mm.
Oh, yeah.
that was really funny though. I had a good laugh at that.
No, Matt is that that low fat, yogurt that you get at the store with no toppings in a cup.
With lots of cereal.
That's
Yep.
no. There's no cereal on it. There's
Like
nothing.
plain, just
No,
plain.
no, there's cereal in it.
What he is.
Oh my god, this is too.
If there is cereal in there, it's just the normal Cheerios.
Okay.
Right. I
Fruit
think we
Loops.
covered everything for tonight. Unless you guys have something else you want to add more onto that we're missing, either that we could conclude.
Well,
Instead
why the fuck do we have a clip show?
Instead of Cheerios, it's Fruit Loops. You Fruit Loop dingus.
Fruit Loop
No,
dingus.
because that's in reference to something interesting that actually happened a couple of seasons ago, and like he's not clever enough for that. I think why. So we have a clip show in the middle of this season. Why is this?
It's not
season
the
so
middle.
fucking boring?
It's not the
No,
middle.
it's-
We're week
No.
8. We have like 4 weeks left now.
Yeah, but like, do we really need to show these past clips of things that we have already seen, and some things we haven't seen, but like they really add nothing to anything. Like the producers are like grasping at straws at this point. They're like, this season is like it's failing. It's like it's taking a shit.
I
and,
enjoyed
like,
I enjoyed the clip show episode.
well, the reason why they're doing this clip show is to remind you of things that happened previously. They're like, here, look at this. This is interesting, right? No, it's not.
Yeah, no, I agree. But I enjoyed it. I especially like the stuff with Ramses.
And then we have Derek brought in to like make this seem legit, and he has to act like he's interested.
Yeah, you could tell he was pretty annoyed with some things.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I liked it.
I thought it was pretty cool too.
Alright. I'm excited for next episode, though.
Me too.
Because
Wednesday night.
I think we need a bit of Zingbot in our lives, especially with this cast, because we need saving, and our Lord and Savior Zingbot is coming back. And you know what, Zingbot, you should bring the entire family, little Zingbot, and wifey Zingbot, or husband Zingbot,
They should.
whatever you're into.
Zing!
Like, I want you, let's get some filthy, nasty zings up in here, because these fucking people need a reality check, and Zingbot, you just need to burst into the door like the fucking Kool-Aid man and said, y'all sit the fuck down and let me tell you how it is.
Ooh. Could you imagine?
I hope Zingbot swears.
So
I
do
find
I.
it to be
He's
true,
never
too.
sworn.
Just like Otev.
Oh yeah, I love
We need
Dope.
Otev to bust in as well and come off. Y'all remember the Penguin?
Yeah.
I remember
Voiced by Iago.
Iago. Yeah, that was oh god, what was it? Gilbert Godfrey.
Wait,
and look,
wait.
I-
The Penguin voiced by Iago?
Yes, the Penguin voiced by Iago. Bring him back.
Not the Penguin voiced by Gilbert Godfrey?
No, the Penguin voiced by Iago.
that's right.
Okay.
Absolutely. Well, I'll leave you guys off with this. Get 24/7 live video from inside the Big Brother house with the Big Brother live feeds. Go to cbs.com/bb19 to try it for free. Dom, where can the people find you?
Find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Jacob, where can the people find you and all your giggles and fun?
No, do not try. Okay, you already messed up.
Okay, yeah.
You can find me and all of my giggles and gore and Monsters and Mayhem here on YouTube at Jacob Salazar, or you can find me on Twitter, tweeting me @3.thelife at TNoverland. That is TLNOWHERELAND. Join the Noverland Society.
You can find me down below on Twitter at Zupa23, ZUPA23. Dom, take it away.
You can find us all and more on Facebook, Gmail, G+, Twitter, MySpace, and right here on YouTube at /ASO TV Podcast for some more podcasts for some of your favorite TV shows, games, and movies. Until next week.
For now, let's eavesdrop on the house guests. From outside the Big Brother house, I am Luke Labagnera. This is Jacob Salazar and Dom Greco. See you next week.
Poop.
Oh god, did you say that just when we went off the air?
No, we're still on.
Oh god.
Poop.
Oh god, yeah, for the record, that word makes me cringe out there, world.
Poop.